guys, welcome to another session of learning with prep class. I am BC and I am a prep class tutor. It always feels so good to be here as your tutor. So in this video, I'll be solving questions 21 to 25 of the AKWA Pre-Vocational Studies Agricultural Science for the year 2016. Have you subscribed to this channel? If you haven't, please subscribe to this channel to get access to more videos like this. Also, don't forget to like and comment on this video. Thank you. Okay, so the first question in this video says, the following practices are necessary for transplanting seedlings except dash. A. Avoiding damage to the root. B. Pulling up the seedlings with hand trowel. C. Transplanting in the afternoon. D. Transplanting seedlings with ball of earth. So first of all, what is transplanting? What does transplanting seedlings mean? Okay, so transplanting is the technique of moving a plant from one location to another. It is the technique of moving a plant from one location to another. Most often, this takes the form of starting a plant from seed in optimal conditions, such as in a greenhouse. So a greenhouse is a structure made of transparent materials such as glass. Okay, this is used to grow plants that require optimal conditions, okay, or in a protected nursery bed. So a nursery is a place where seedlings are grown to a particular age or to a desired age. Okay, so transplanting occurs in the greenhouse or nursery, then replanting in another place, usually an outdoor growing location, perhaps on the field. Okay, so after growing in the nursery or in the greenhouse, after some time, then you will transplant it, that is, you replant it on the field. Okay, transplanting is very important to prevent the seedlings or the young plant from pests and diseases. So transplanting enable planting seedlings or young plants in a controlled favorable condition. This is to prevent exposure to harsh weather conditions, pests and diseases that may attack these seedlings or young plants. Okay, so when transplanting, the following practices are necessary. Pulling up the seeds with a hand trowel. So you don't just uproot it anyhow. No, you carefully pull the seedlings with a hand trowel. Then avoid damage to the roots, because when you damage the roots, the plants might not grow when you transplant them. Okay, so it's very important to avoid damage to the roots. Also, transplant the seedlings with ball of earth, that is, enclosing the roots held in place with burlap. Burlap is bag or sack. You enclose the roots held in place with a bag or a sack, because it is very important that these plants are in good conditions till you transplant them. Okay, because you don't want to transplant them and then they won't grow. Okay, so you have to, you have to be very careful to be able to have a successful transplanting. Okay, so which of the following options is not necessary for transplanting seedlings? The correct option is C, transplanting in the afternoon. It's not advisable to transplant in the afternoon. It is very important that you transplant early in the morning. This is to give the young plants a chance of settling into the soil before the exposure of the midday sun. Okay, so it's not advisable to transplant in the afternoon, because then you are exposing the young plant to instant sunlight. So the plant might not be well adjusted to that condition yet, and the plant may die. So it's not advisable to transplant in the afternoon. So C is the correct option. The following practices are necessary for transplanting seedlings except transplanting in the afternoon. Okay, so the correct option is option C. Check. Question 22. Which of the following farming practices destroys organic matter content of the soil? A. Bush burning. B. Clean clearing. C. Continuous cropping. D. Crop rotation. Okay, so for us to be able to answer this question, we need to know the meaning of each of the following options. And let's see if these practices can lead to the destruction of organic matter content of the soil. Okay, so the first one is bush burning. Bush burning is the removal of the natural vegetation cover that protects the soil surface through the use of fire. So it involves the burning of the natural vegetation cover. Okay, this destroys soil organisms, soil texture, soil fertility. It destroys vegetation cover, thereby leading to erosion. It causes air pollution. In fact, there are so many negative effects of bush burning. So bush burning helps to destroy organic matter content of the soil. Okay, so what about clean clearing? Okay, so this is also known as land clearing. This is the process of removing trees, stumps, brush, stones, and other obstacles from an area that is required for planting to increase the size of the crop producing land base of an existing farm, or to provide land for a new farm operation. So you are clearing every obstacle, the bushes, the stumps, the stones, and every other obstacle. You clear them. You clear all these things to increase the land base of an existing farm, or to provide land for a new farm operation. So this does not destroy organic matter content of the soil. Okay, so what about continuous cropping? Continuous cropping is the process of growing of a single crop species on a field year after year on the same land. Okay, so this also has its negative effects, but it doesn't really destroy the organic matter content of the soil. So what about crop rotation? What is crop rotation? Crop rotation is a process of growing different crops in succession, that is, one after the other, on a piece of land in a specific period of time without impairing soil fertility. This helps to control weeds, pests and diseases, prevent soil erosion, and encourages soil microbial activity. So this involves the growing of crops in succession. So maybe you grow cotton this year, you grow groundnut the next year. Okay, so this helps to build up the organic matter of the soil. Okay, it helps to prevent pests and diseases. It helps to prevent soil erosion and so many other advantages. Okay, so which of the following farm practices destroy organic matter content of the soil? Of course, the correct option is A, bush burning. So bush burning is the use of fire to damage vegetation cover, and this help to destroy the organic matter content of the soil. So bush burning is the correct option. Option A. Check. Question 23. When a farmer replaces seeds that fail to germinate, the operation is known as dash. A. Planting. B. Seedling. C. Supplying. D. Thinning. Okay, so for us to be able to choose the correct option here, we need to know the meaning of each of these options. So the first one is planting. Planting is the act of putting seeds or young plants into the soil to grow. Seedling is a young plant grown from seed. Okay, while supplying is the process of replacing or replanting of seeds that fail to germinate. Then lastly, thinning is the removal of some plants or parts of plants to make room for the growth of others. So it is the removal of excess plants to make room for the growth of other plants. Okay, so the correct option here is supplying. So supplying is the replacing or replanting of seeds that fail to germinate. So when a farmer replaces seeds that fail to germinate, the operation is known as supplying. So the correct option here is option C. Check. Question 24. Soap making industry uses the following agricultural raw materials except dash. A. Groundnut oil. B. Caustic soda. C. Cottonseed oil. D. Palm oil. Okay, so the agricultural raw materials used in soap making industry includes groundnut oil, cottonseed oil, and palm oil. Caustic soda is also used in soap making, but caustic soda is not an agricultural product. Caustic soda is an inorganic compound. So caustic soda is also known as sodium hydroxide. It is an inorganic compound. What is an inorganic compound? An inorganic compound is a chemical compound. That is, it is a substance that is made from the combination of two or more chemical elements. Okay, so caustic soda is an organic compound. It's not an agricultural raw material. So the answer is caustic soda. Salt making industry uses the following agricultural raw materials except caustic soda. So caustic soda is not an agricultural raw material. So the correct option here is option B, caustic soda. Check. Now, the final question in this video, question 25. The act of removing young animal from feeding on milk is known as A. Kidding, B. Farrowing, C. Weaning, D. Parturition. For us to be able to choose the correct option, we need to know the meaning of each of the following options. So the first option is kidding. Kidding is the act of a goat giving birth. So the young of a goat is called a kid. So the act of giving birth to a kid is known as kidding. Farrowing is a term specific to swine, that is pigs. It refers to the action of giving birth in pigs. Okay, while weaning is a gradual introduction of a food other than milk to a young mammal. Okay, you are trying to remove these young mammals from being dependent on their mother for milk. Okay, then the last option is parturition. Parturition is the process of giving birth. So now that we know the meaning of all of these options, which of them is the correct one? So the correct option is weaning. So the act of removing young animal from feeding on milk is known as weaning. So the correct option is option C, weaning. Check. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're able to learn a lot. Please don't forget to like and comment on this video. Also, subscribe to this channel to get more videos like this till I come your way next time. Bye.